How are you all? I hope you're all well, and welcome to this Make More Money Masterclass. I'm going to give you some tips on how to raise your frequency with money and improving your money mindset, and also some money making moves. And here's the thing, guys. I do have a presentation that I was gonna present today, but then I woke up today and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna wing this. I'm gonna really speak from my heart, and I'm also going to just I don't, it's not that I'm winging it. I just really wanted you to hear my heart and my tone in terms of why this work is really important because as women come into the entrepreneurial space and they begin their business or they're working through their business, what tends to happen is they, and by the way, first 3 years of my entrepreneurial journey, um, totally did it the wrong way. And so what will happen is that the most, I say most, because there are always exceptions to everything, most women will start their journey. They will, either start a business or join a direct sales business and network marketing business. And, they'll launch and it oftentimes doesn't quite turn out the way that they thought it would. We all have this idea that we're going to start a business and boom, it's just going to go gangbusters and we're going to achieve all of our goals straight away. And I'd say 98% of the time, it doesn't work out that way. And even though we go and we learn new strategies and we learn, grab this audio, grab this social media strategy, it doesn't quite execute the same way as what the person who's presenting it is. And oftentimes, I have to tell you, it is about your energy. It's about your energy around money. And it's also got a big chunk to do with your programming and your mindset, your thoughts. But I'm going to do that in another masterclass, right? Because I speak to my coaching clients quite a fair bit about this. And once they start understanding this and fully appreciating that that is the reason why, that things aren't working out the way that they want. And they realize that that's what's holding them back. And so if this is you, where you're feeling like, man, I've done it all. I have shown up every day. I've tried 10,000 different companies. I've launched and relaunched countless times. I've applied so many different things and I haven't gotten anywhere. I can tell you this right now, it's probably got to do with your mindset and potentially also your money energy. Okay, because most of us, if you're used to working and being in a job environment, there are so many things that affect you from that environment when you come in and build your business that you're not aware of when you first begin. And so, number one is, the 9 to 5 environment. I call it the other system, the matrix. That is wired for you to be playing within their rules, their confines. Like somebody else dictates your worth, somebody else dictates whether you advance, not advance, whether you stay where you are, etc. And so invariably what happens is that we are affected by other people's energy and programming and it's passed down to us. And so we don't get to choose or decide our destiny. And when you come into the entrepreneurial space, when people come, especially if they've got jobs, that same thought mindset around putting our hands into other people's destinies comes into play. And so when we show up and we'll do a post and it doesn't quite work out, or we talk to someone in Messenger and it doesn't quite work out, we let that affect us because the other person or people have not responded or reacted the way that we thought they would. And so that's number one. Number two, we as a society are conditioned or schooled or educated, and mind you, I have no problem for people having jobs. My pretty much my entire family, except for me, and maybe my parents, or have jobs. So I have nothing against people who have jobs. I've transitioned out of the corporate world, corporate environment. So I'm fully aware of, the work that I've had to do to be totally in the entrepreneurial mindset. And I just want to bring some awareness to you that could be holding you back. We are sort of like conditioned to go to school, go to university. Once we graduate, go get a job, and then you meet someone, you get married. And you may not even, but still buy a house, take out a large mortgage, and so you're always you're sort of like, because you've got this large loan, you're pretty much stuck where you are. You're in the negatives all the time. And so because you're constantly giving a big chunk out to your mortgage or your rent, and then you've got car payment, and you've got fuel. You're always feeling like it's a catch up. And so money is always such a big thing in your life because of it. And so most people that are working 9 to 5, they're just literally living paycheck to paycheck. And so they have this frequency around money that comes from a space of lack. And so when you come into a entrepreneurial environment, that kind of mentality is largely going to affect your business. You may not know that at the time, but it does. Your money energy and the way that you see money will definitely affect the way that you show up, the way that you speak to people, the way that you position yourself. And so because of that, people don't ever get to see their fullest potential because they're so wanting the sale, wanting to just get paid and earn income, that it invariably repels because they've got bills to pay, etc. And so this affects your money energy as well. And so part of the people coming into my programs is I help them with this, because this is what's helped me to totally transition and build this 7-figure life. And this is so important for you to understand, because unless you're aware that your thoughts and your energy around money, around success, about yourself, play such a huge part in your ultimate success in building your own business, then you're really never going to achieve your fullest potential, and you need to understand that. Okay. Now, before I go any further, for those of you who have met me for the first time, my name is Elsa Morgan. I'm a wife of my mom. I'm really lucky because I'm wife to my best friend and soulmate. I'm so blessed to have Olive in my life, and also our 2 beautiful children, who I'm really blessed to be their mother and play such a big part in their life. And we live in Brisbane, Australia. We were living in Melbourne. I am originally from Melbourne. I was born in Argentina, but I pretty much lived in Melbourne my entire life. And except for between 2007 to 2012, I was living here in Brisbane, and then moved back to Melbourne because my father had cancer, and then migrated back. But I'm not gonna go into the details why. There are very specific reasons why we've come back, and I have to say it's been the right decision. And even though it's been tumultuous, it's the right decision. And I started in the entrepreneurial space in 2015, and where I came across a product kind of by accident in a way. My girlfriend had been talking about a product that helped her to lose some weight and looking great, and I had just had our first child and couldn't lose the last lot of my baby weight. I literally reached out to her fully expecting it to fail. But because it had a 30-day money back guarantee, I thought, you know what? I'm going to try it, but I know it's going to fail. So I'm going to get my money back. I've got nothing to lose. So I did. I connected with her. I ordered, and my husband did it with me as well. And you wouldn't believe it, but I lost all the weight, and so did, and he lost weight too, even though he was doing it purely to keep me accountable. And that's how my journey started, because then people wanted to know how I'd lost the weight. And so when I shared with them what I did, people purchased, and I made money, and I couldn't believe it. I went, whoa, I can make money with this. And that's literally how it started. In the first 3 years, I did it all wrong. Then I decided to be coachable. And in being coachable and starting to apply myself and do all the right things, I actually managed to retire myself out that same year. and haven't been back into my corporate space ever since. And that was in 2018. So we're going on 6 years now. And I'm proud of that because that will tell you that you're learning from someone who has had genuine success, not paper success or filtered success. This is genuine success, and I've been out of the corporate game and been working on my own business ever since then. And so what happened was at the end of 2019, I found myself with only $134 in my bank account at Christmas. Now, typically that wouldn't be a problem, but but because it was Christmas and we had bills to pay, we were maxed out. Olaf wasn't feeling great either, so we had bills piling up on that side for his medical treatment. But I was already earning six figures. Like I was already at six figures, and I said to my husband, like, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong here, because for all the success that I'm having, then this should be a hell of a lot more, and not realizing that the problem was me. I literally was just looking at externally and all of these things. Anyway, had to sell my BMW to get myself to an event, pay off our bills. And I remember saying to Olaf, never again will I put our family in this situation, ever again, never again. And that was at the end of 2019. And you wouldn't believe it, from 2020 onwards, our life has completely changed because I made that decision. I made that commitment that our family would never be put into a situation where we would jeopardize all the things that we built up until that time. And I started to work on my inner stuff, like, my thoughts, my limiting beliefs, the way I showed up. In 2020 was really around getting a really good routine together. That really shifted me, because up until that point I had a routine, but it wasn't solid. But in 2020, got really solid on my routine, and at night as well. Exercised every day, really looked after my food. 2021, really focused on my money mindset and energetics, and life's like accelerated to the point now that my husband and I are talking about, well, hang on, missed a couple of things. I launched my own coaching business in 2021. We've already generated well and truly over $1 million since then. Actually, it's closer to $2 million now, and we are scaling our business now to $10 million. So we're working towards a $10 million company. And it sounds crazy for me to say that. I was saying 5 million up until a month ago, but I had a mentor say to me, look, just talk 10 million. Just talk 10 million, because you're going to go there. So just keep talking about it, keep showing up about it, and the results will come a lot faster. It doesn't mean it'll come in a year, but it'll definitely come along a lot faster than what you think. So my point is that I didn't know up until 2020, to be quite honest, that my energy and my thoughts largely affect the outcomes of my life. I certainly didn't know that I had trauma, and my inner child trauma very much affected my personal relationships, the way that I manage money, because I was totally scared about losing money or paying a bill up until that point, because of some core wounds that I had that I didn't even know could be healed. I didn't even know I had that, like I had core wounds. And whenever I was in a situation and I'd have a falling out with someone, I'd say, this is who I am, like, this is who I am. And but really it's not. That was my inner child, and I've been able to do a lot of work around that, and that has very much helped my relationship with money. And this is why I talk about this, because I know how it vastly improved my life and the quality of my life, and I want that for everybody. So whilst I teach strategy in regards to, what you need to be doing every day, starting new conversations, following up, expanding your network, making new connections, and providing value to them, following up and closing, working on your mindset through personal development. I think I said all 5. These are all important. Absolutely. You need to master every single one of these 5 skill sets, like every single day. That mastery will get you to 6 figures. That really, if you focus on just getting good in those 5 areas and just show up powerfully in those 5 areas every single day, that will not only accelerate your business, but that will get you to six figures. What gets you to from six figures to seven figures is all the inner work, because not only does it help you improve with your money situation, it also helps you to improve with the way that you show up on social media and your belief systems that you're going to be able to help more people. It also helps you to lead better because you have to start delegating work to other people. Now, let me tell you, when it's your own business and you delegate work, no one is ever going to do it exactly the way you want to, because this is your baby, right? So coaches, service-based businesses, I'm talking to you, because this is your baby. But there's one thing that I've certainly learned from a leadership perspective. They don't have to do it like you. In fact, most people will bring a different perspective that will probably land with your clients way better, way better. And that's what you want. You want a team that gets your vision, but they bring their own unique gifts and their own perspectives that's going to help elevate your business. And that has been such a huge learning for me. Trust me. So, but then a couple of other things I want to mention that I haven't mentioned is I was born into poverty. I had 2 dining chairs as my bed for the first 18 months of my life, and I filed for bankruptcy in 2009. So on paper, destined to lose. Like I'm not meant to be here, but that should give you hope, inspiration, motivation that no matter where you are today, that is not your end game. Today could totally be your day one. Today could totally be the day one of the rest of your life, the one that totally shifts you and changes you, and you leapfrog and you quantum leap. Why not you? Why not you? And so when you come into my world and you're in this group, you're not only going to learn all the current and relevant strategies for your business, but you're also going to learn strategies that actually work. And I need you to understand this, because not everything that's out there on social media does work. And if you genuinely want to build a 6-figure plus business, you have to get into this mindset that whatever you decide that you're going to execute, you're going to stick to for an extended period of time. And as entrepreneurs, many of us get into this habit, and I've done this too before, of just chopping and changing, chopping and changing, chopping and changing, chopping and changing. This doesn't work. This coach doesn't work. This strategy doesn't work. This, and we'll just keep changing, not giving us the ability to really get good with whatever it is that you want to implement, not giving the strategy, the program enough time. And I've got to tell you, most strategies, if you're looking like, pardon me, if you're looking for long-term success, and you are starting from a low base or a base of nothing, you've got to give that at least 12 months. You got to give that at least 12 months, because your vision, your mission is worth that. And if you're like earning less than $1,000 a month and you're wanting to earn, 7 figures, you've got to give that 3 years. Like, you genuinely do, because it is scaling up. It's scaling up. You've got to literally scale up. Now, for some people, it works a lot faster than that, and that's okay. But you will never, ever get to your desired results, especially if you want to live life on your terms. If you keep changing your strategy every 3 months, every 2 months, every 1 month, I want to do this 1 month, I want to do that 1 month, I want to do this in 3 months, it's never going to happen for you. Commit to a plan and execute it over an extended period of time, which is why I have this company, because I'm able to remind my women, my ladies, that they just need to keep in check, like stay in the game, stay in the game, stay in the game, stay in the game, and just keep focused, just keep focused. And together we, I bring awareness to their thoughts, but then also I give them strategy to be able to go and implement. And I also give them, I wouldn't say the answer, because everyone's individual, but I give them, like awareness. I know I just said that, but I really do bring awareness to why they think the way they think, why they feel the way they feel. They've got to do the inner work and figure out why. But they start to understand that, when they're about to send a message, they stop themselves. When they're about to follow up, they say, oh, this isn't going to work, they're not going to join, they're not going to buy. And that invariably transfers over, and that's the result. I mean, does this sound familiar? I'm sure it does, which is why I love talking about this, because I really want to bring awareness. And I woke up today and I said, you know what, I'm not going to do the presentation. I'm going to speak from my heart. I want them to see me, to help them understand that this is such an important part of the journey. As you're working through your day, I want you to ask yourself, like, if you're thinking something, like, why am I thinking this? What brought this thought, this feeling, this emotion up? Because I'm doing something that is going to help someone. I should be really excited. Now, just on that as well, if what you're doing doesn't excite you, doesn't get you out of bed, it's one of two things. Either, number one, your ultimate vision is not big enough and you need to go bigger. So for me, like, impacting over 1 million women and building a $10 million, that's a massive, massive goal. But I'm saying it, I'm up for it, I'm up for the challenge. Bring it. Like, I'm doing God's work, so he keeps giving me bigger and bigger goals. Like, I just go like, okay, like, you want me to do that? No problem. Or what you're doing is not necessarily in alignment with who you are. Now, I don't advocate for you to change things, but I've certainly found that it took me some time to really get clear on what it is that I really wanted to do, purely because, again, to do with thoughts and feelings. The more that I worked on myself and healed myself, I got to know, and still getting to know me, who I really am. And I love who I am. I love my own company, and I trust myself and I back myself all the time. And believe me, you stick around in here long enough, and you follow me and listen to me, you're going to start believing in yourself too, if you don't believe in yourself, because I believe in everybody. Believe me when I tell you, I was you once upon a time, not knowing where I was, what I was doing, who to believe on social media. I've done it all. And more importantly, I felt lost. I felt stuck and frustrated. But if you listen to the right people, the people that genuinely care, and more importantly, have the genuine success, and you apply and implement and commit to a period of time of implementation, why not you? Why not you? You know, you are not that special that it can't be you. I'm sorry to tell you, but you are worthy all the things. You're worthy of all the success. You're worthy of all the love. You're worthy of feeling happy. You're worthy of living the life that you desire and feel in your heart and see in your mind. You're worthy of spoiling yourself. You are worthy of doing things that light you up. Yeah. And you know what? You ain't that special that it's not going to happen for you. And if you're in my world, you bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do whatever it takes and give you as much as I can of me and my time to help you. And I mean that. If you were to ask the girls in my coaching program, I care about them so much, and I care about their goals, and I'm listening to what they need, and I give them access to external trainers, information. And to give you an idea, right, like every 3 or so months, I have a day called Legacy Day, which is a client intensive, and I bring in 3 external speakers. And so over 3 hours, each speaker will deliver on an area that they're a specialist at. And I do that because I don't know all the things. I'd love to say that I do. I know what I've done to build my business, but I've also heavily invested in myself. Like, I've invested already 6 figures into our company this year, and we're only into the first week of March. I've already invested 6 figures. So my point is that I know that not everyone has that capacity to do that. And so what I do is I invest in people to come in, and so that way my coaching clients get access to that. And like today we have our Legacy Day, and there's a speaker on Canva. She's a specialist on Canva to teach our clients how to produce eye-popping social media assets so they can use over and over again. We also have a speaker on copywriting and email community because I've had several requests about how to actually do that. So I got a specialist in that. And also someone from LinkedIn, and this person's a friend of mine, and she visits LinkedIn every single month. She's an expert. She's a LinkedIn expert. So I bring people in so that my clients grow. And that's my goal. That's my only goal, is to see them win. And you want to have mentorship like that because let me tell you, there are so many different coaches out there, and some just don't take the time to really understand their clients one by one. I know that it's difficult when you have a big group, but you start understanding the general trend of what people are missing, and so that way you want to be there to service. Because this, and me, I have close to 100 clients in both my programs, and I have to tell you that it's I've got to manage them all, so to speak, but I want the best for all of them, and I will do whatever it takes. And I never, ever used to think this way, by the way. So once upon a time, it was all about me. And that was largely because I had a very successful 20-year sales career. And when you're in sales, for those of you who have been in sales, it is all about you, because you want to be number one, you want to be seen, you want to win the awards. I thought when I came into the online space in network marketing that it was going to be the same, because that's how I started. And now I'm fully into the coaching. I do my coaching business simply because we're scaling to 7 figures per year in income, and it requires my fullest attention. Never, ever losing sight of my skill set, and I work on them every single day. But here's my point, is I had to learn and grow that it's actually, when you're building a business, any business, it's never about you. In fact, you're the very last thing. It is all about who you're serving. It is all about the clients. And when you realize that, you start understanding part of the reason why you haven't been showing up the way that it would land with your desired clients. And you need to get absolutely clear with who it is that you're speaking to. So not only do you understand what's keeping them up at night, what's worrying them, what decisions are they not making, and for the reasons why. Because once you understand that, you can start positioning yourself from a place of authority, because you've been there before, so you know you can help them. But the way that you do that is through your message on social media, the way that you market yourself. Now, I did a marketing brand masterclass last month. Please feel free to go into the guides. You'll be able to learn how to do that. So when you are flipping the camera, so to speak, and literally serving your audience, that is extremely challenging when you first start doing that, because you want to have that control. But you can't. You have no control over the way that they see you, how they feel about you. That's also energy. That's also energy. And so again, this is the reason why I talk about this. Now, if we talk back to money, if you're constantly feeling like you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're worried about money, that's a frequency. That is a frequency that you are in right now. And what tends to happen is, because you're in a frequency where you're scared of losing money, you don't want to pay any more bills because you don't want to see your bank balance go down, or you're worried about when the next $100 is going to come. You're coming from a space of lack, because you're putting out this frequency that you don't have enough. And I'm just going to tell you that whatever you think about, you bring more about. Your mindset, your mind, your brain, your subconscious does not know it's not what you want. It doesn't have the faculty to do that. It doesn't have the smarts. All it knows is what you're giving energy to, what's bringing up the feeling and the emotion. And so if you're constantly worried about not having enough, you are literally asking for more, even though that's not what you want. But your subconscious is going, okay, she's feeling like she hasn't got enough, like there's not enough money, and she's always having emotion about this, so it must be what she wants, because this is how it's programmed. Like, whatever you think about, it's going to put more in, because it's thinking that it's what you want. So it's only programmed for the more. So whatever you want more of, that's what you need to think about. Meaning, if you want an expansive life, live life into it. And of course, if you want more money, there's a way that you think about that. Okay. And I'm going to teach you that real quick. Where are we up to? Okay, 20 minutes to go. Okay. So in terms of an energetics point of view, so number one, the way that I started working on myself, whenever I felt any particular way about money, I would journal on that. And I would say to myself, like, why do I feel like there's a lack? Why do I feel this way? And I would talk about it, and then I go, well, there's no evidence that there is. How do I know that, a customer's not, going to come in and it's all going to be okay? I just need to trust in myself. And the other thing too is, when I was feeling that way, I'd also say to myself, am I doing enough to get myself out of this situation? Meaning, am I showing up as I should be? Am I working on myself as I should be? Am I applying myself as I should be? Because ultimately, if you don't do aligned activity and you do it matching your goal, like if you're wanting a 6-figure business and you are sending out, you're connecting with 5 people every day, I mean, I think in time you might hit 6 figures, but based on my experience, to go from zip to a 6-figure income requires a bit of effort. Okay. And I'm just letting you know, it doesn't mean you do massive sacrifice and working 24/7. Of course, there's going to be some times where you're going to be working more than other times, but it's all going to balance out. Number 2, okay, you have to start rewiring your money mindset, your money energy. Now, what do I mean by that? So if you go back to my story, born into poverty, and automatically, poor, and was brought up in an environment where money wasn't abundant in my family. Both my parents worked 12-hour shifts, and we weren't allowed to, or my parents didn't spend on things other than the necessities. So I never saw anything outrageously expensive or anything like that. It was literally paying the bills, paying for groceries and blah, blah, blah. And so my mindset was programmed to that, like work, pay bills, pay the mortgage, come home, live a life. Work, pay bills, come home, live a life. And that's how I was wired for a very, very long time. And so when I actually had a bit of money, I was earning so much money in my mid-30s in my sales career. I didn't know how to handle it. And I made some poor decisions. I fell victim to a Ponzi scheme. I tried my first time in investing by myself and lost all the money. And of course, just didn't have the awareness and the mindset and the smarts. It's just what it is. I'm not going to blame anyone else, because is what happened. I know. And I was definitely not in a relationship at the time that supported the smarts as well. Not to blame my ex, but that's the reality of the situation. We just weren't wired for that. And so when I filed for bankruptcy, I made the commitment that I was going to be a better person as a direct result out of it. I made a commitment that I was going to learn from it, and made a commitment especially to get good with money, to really understand it. So from a managing money, I was able to, over that time that I was bankrupt, because I wouldn't have access to credit and anything like that, I learned how to manage money. And so, in terms of managing money, I've definitely learned the whole how to manage it from month to month. And there's a lot of women that come into business and they don't understand it. And so they find themselves cash flow poor sometimes because of that. And, there's a really good system out there called Profit First that's designed for coaches and service-based businesses. And let me tell you, it's totally worth it. If you're a female entrepreneur and you haven't actually implemented that, I highly recommend that you do. Let me take a sip. So then you start earning some money. Here's the thing. You've got to be okay with your money sitting in the bank, or go and invest it and let the money grow. And, my goal now is money that I make, I invest so it grows. Right. So invest and it grows. And And so for me, that's really important because there's going to be a time where I'll probably want to sit back and just, I'll have all these employees and I'll have assets that are income producing. So that's my focus at the moment, is investing in property and commercial businesses that are income producing. Now, let me tell you, uh, this is 2024, and end of 2019, I had $134 to my name, and now I have a seven-figure property portfolio and investing in things that are producing. That's how quickly your life can change. Okay, so when you start earning income, if you're not okay with that money being there and you feel like you constantly have to spend it because you can't handle having that, then that's a frequency that's coming from a lack, meaning like it's never enough, like, and you don't feel safe. Okay, you don't feel safe with having that. And this is where the core wounds and the inner child comes into play, because at some point in time in your life you didn't feel safe. Now, I'm not a therapist. Always go and get medical advice, or go see someone, a specialist, if you've suffered like severe trauma and and things like that. Everyone's gone on an individual journey, but my point is that all of us have experienced some sort of programming, different variety of levels of trauma, but it all affects our ability to get good with relationships, have good relationships with ourselves, and also the life that we live. And one of them is how we see money. And if you've at some point in time in your childhood, or even trauma from previous relationships, felt unsafe, unseen, betrayed, abandoned, anything like that, and you haven't made peace with it, then yes, that will affect the way you manage anything that's in your possession, including money. Okay, and so if you're feeling like it's never enough, it's never going to be enough. You won't want to pay a bill because you won't want the bank balance to go down, and that affects your money energy as you are going out there and building a business, because you're wanting for your prospect to close. If you are coming from a space of lack, right, and people don't respond, or people don't buy, it'll throw you out. You'll throw you out because you'll go, oh my goodness, where's this money going to come from? And you're like, some people, it kicks them out completely. Other people change their whole entire energy in terms of their dialogue in Messenger. And I got to tell you, like at the very beginning, when I started working, I was very much like that. Before 2020, like I would get really frustrated when people wouldn't sign up. And that was because I was running this program going, I need the money, 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 I need the money. And I was running on that program. And so I was constantly in this push and get frustrated when people wouldn't buy or join. And it affected the way that, I mean, even though I was successful towards the back end of, 2018, 2019, etc., and beyond, the energy around money was not right. And that's why I found myself with a $134 bank balance for Christmas. Okay, so working on your money mindset every day is important and should be part of your business DMO. And I really want to stress upon that. At the very minimum, I think you should be doing like 5 money affirmations every day, minimum. Like I get paid every day. Money flows to me in all ways. Money flows to me with ease. Why is this so easy? I love money and money loves me. Money is my money loves my company. I'm worthy to receive. Prosperity is my way of life. The world is a better place because I am in it. I get paid millions of dollars to be me. I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire. Like all of these things you should be able to say every single day. And so the more that you do this, and you do it in such a way that you're positive and you're feeling good and you're confident, the more that your mindset, your subconscious will take that on as programming, and will start confirming that for you over and over and over again. Okay, how am I going for 10? So that's one, improving your money energy. Number two, money making moves. So in the month of March, it is such an important month because, the first 2 months have come and gone. And so where are you right now in terms of your goals for 2024? How have you played out January? How have you played out February? And if there was ever a month that you could totally do a relaunch or get recommitted to your plan for the year, this is the month. Because beyond March, it's really around getting good with your mind, your skill set, all the way through to June. There's this period of March, April, May, June, where if you're on track to achieve the goals that you want, those 4 months are like consolidating your launch, your first 3 months, and then getting really good with your skills. And so March provides a really good opportunity for you to relaunch. Now, what could you be doing other than just building your business every day, like starting new conversations, following up and close, expanding on your network, like making new connections every day, social media presence, and positioning out a message through your marketing to your audience, and also working on your mindset. So these things you should be naturally doing every day. But what you could be doing, if you haven't done already, I would be doing a launch post, like absolutely announcing that March is going to be a big month. You're so excited and you're ready to go and hit some goals. Commit to that. Obviously, before that, you should be finalizing a plan and committing to that plan. If you haven't done that, but if you have a plan and you haven't committed to it, get recommitted to it. Like, recommit it and stick with it. Don't sway, because this is one of the separators in success. Those people that go on and build big things versus those people that just end up spinning their wheels, is because successful people stick to a plan. Because even if they don't hit the goal, because honestly, guys, hitting the goal oftentimes is not the goal. And you have to learn that along the way. What successful people actually want more than anything is transformation. And so they'll set big goals. If they don't hit it, that's okay. They're going to continue doing it. It doesn't kick them out, because as long as they're in the right direction and they're transforming and evolving, that's all the confirmation that they need. Honestly, most companies want transformation and evolution and growth more than anything else. Okay. If they hit the goal in the time frame, it wasn't a big enough goal. And when you start understanding that, you'll realize that 99% of the time you probably won't ever hit the goal, and you have to be okay with that. But what you will experience, if you see it and be aware of it, is you'll transform and change. You will transform and change. And that is what you are genuinely seeking, because you want to get to who you really are deep down inside. So then that way you can do really, really good work that is representation of who you really are. And you can help more people, because that's why we're here, right? So launch, recommit to the plan, or get a plan together. Do your daily activities as well. Some extra money making moves that you should be doing, you could be doing, is doing that little bit extra. And what I mean by that is, if you haven't done lives before, now's the time that you get committed and do lives, like either long form or short form. These are the little extra things. And by the way, video is the fastest growing way to build connections and connection with the audience. And if you're wanting to build connections with the audience fast, this is how you do it. Connection is one of the top 2 things that people need in order to make a purchase online. And so if they're not connected with you in any way, shape, or form, you have very little chance of having them as part of your world. So if you want to improve that probability, start doing lives, even if you do short form video. One thing I do is daily vlogs into my stories, where I just share what I do every day, what I'm doing, or I give some tidbits and strategy into my stories every single day. And I have people following me, like I have hundreds and hundreds of viewers watching that, because they enjoy my perspective and what I provide. Okay, so there's another one, video. I would also be doing high engagement in stories as well, because stories is very much backing flavor. And so, either asking questions, doing engagement type, where you put engagement type stickers for people to either push or slide or anything like that. Doing like this or that, doing polls, anything like that engagement wise in stories. Really, really important. TikTok, if you're on TikTok, they're really promoting horizontal recording and long form over 10 minutes. So if you have enough content where you can talk about it for 10 minutes and make sure that you record horizontally, you're going to be positioned well and truly ahead of the field than anyone else. And the more that you do that now, the greater the chance that you'll go viral, simply because, and like going viral is not the goal, by the way, but my point is that you'll be put in front of people that you probably wouldn't be, and that's important. By being an early adopter of something that they're really promoting, they're going to put you ahead of a lot of people. Okay. And smart marketers know that. When companies put out new features, you want to hop on the new feature train. And that's the other thing that I want to talk to is the app that you are building on, make it your part of your thing, like once a month even. Just set time aside, like even an hour every month, and understand what new features they've implemented or what they've stripped back, what the focus is of the app, and then play alongside the tools that they implement. Why do I say that? Because you are operating within the confines of the app. And if you are an early adopter of all the things, they will keep promoting you over and over and over and over again, because it's like you're in partnership with them. You see, it's in their best interest to promote you because you are doing something that they want, which is keeping their audience in the app. So your focus is to not only just provide value-based content that is engaging, so that way people are engaging because the app's going to pay attention and promote you, but also provide value-based content so that way it lands with who you want to attract. And again, you start getting really good at that when you understand who you are deep down inside, not this filtered version, but also when you start managing your energy and you start mastering your emotions. Let me tell you, it is so much better. So this is why I talk about money mindset and mastery of money and how to make more money, is because at the very foundation, if you want to earn more money and you want to earn and you want to build a big business online, get really good with understanding your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Understand why they're there, what's brought them up, what's triggered them, and get to work on making peace with that and letting go. Also with your thoughts, rewiring those, because not everyone, especially if you're in business, is going to be for you, and you have to be okay with that and make peace with that. And also really understanding that there is so much money out there. There is so much money out there. And it's all around you and available for you. So feel free to, pay your bills and just be safe in the knowledge that it's going to come back. But in order for you to get into that state, you need to improve your relationship with money. Trust that money is going to come back, and provide it an environment where it wants to come in, because it knows that you're going to do good work with it. So this is why I wanted to talk freely today rather than give you a presentation, because when I tell you that improving my relationship with myself, really getting good with understanding my thoughts, really getting good with understanding my feelings, really getting good with understanding my emotions and making peace with my past, speaking my truth and not being afraid about, if I spoke my truth, who cares? And that's because I've genuinely come to understand who I am and why I'm really here. This is what's accelerated my life. And this is what will happen for you if you do this kind of work alongside the mastery of skill set. No amount of, new hacks, new audios, anything like that is going to work for you unless you work on yourself. And I mean that sincerely. You might have some temporary success, but you'll come down real quick after that, because the way your energy, and we are all energy, is what will ultimately determine your success. And that's why I'm always going to be talking about energy and money mindset at least like once a month, every month, because I really want to drive this message that if you're in business to make more money, have a big business, impact a lot of people, hey, welcome to my world. We're speaking the same language. And if you want to follow my lead, then that's my suggestion is first and foremost, commit to getting really good at your skill set and over a long period of time. Stop getting so addicted with wanting short-term success and start getting addicted about getting a plan together for long-term transformation. That's the key, long-term transformation in yourself and in your business. And number two is really understand how you think, why you think, the thoughts, the energy, the emotion that you carry, because that will invariably affect your business and long-term success and the prospects of having success as well. So I hope that has helped you. It's very off the cuff. I've just literally spoken from the heart. So I hope you could hear that. Know that I genuinely care for every single one of you. I have a desire for impacting over 1 million women, and I will be achieving that and beyond that. But know that as part of that, you will see a huge transformation in me as well. And I want you to take inspiration out of that, not because I'm the be all and end all, but because I was that person that was broken bankrupt once upon a time. I was that person that had $134 to my name. And the more that you understand that this is available to you, that desired life, that bigger life, the life that you get to play out and live the life that you want, it is out there. It's waiting for you. You just have to get to work. And once you commit to that and stick to it and not to get so attached to the outcome, all is available. Trusting in yourself and trusting in the process of transformation is absolutely essential. And once you understand that, you just fall in love with it. So I hope this has served you. I'd love to know in the comments what your thoughts were, what were the aha moments. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be traveling overseas. I might pop in here whilst I'm in Singapore. I'm traveling to Singapore to take my daughter to Taylor Swift, and we're taking our son to Disneyland and Super Mario World in Japan as well. So this is the kind of life that you get to live when you start doing some big things. And I want this for every single one of you. It is totally, totally possible. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.